Sashiburi dana Mugiwara. This time, we're taking on the last of the initial 8, Bounce Man. This is the vertical stage of the group, and it's got a lot going for it in normal playthroughs. Unfortunately, it's not designed for uncharged buster-only runs, and we'll have to break a rule to get through one spot in particular. Still, with careful planning and risk management, we ought to get through just fine. Let's hop to it and bounce on in! Ha-ha! Right away, we're introduced to the vertical gimmick, where we have to gain height to jump on that trampoline, and we've got our exercise balls here. It will bounce you up at a height determined by whether or not you're holding jump. Pew pew pew! And woo! And a wee on top of that. Here we're introduced to the Bunby Balloon. Lower part is weak to 3 buster shots, and it'll release balloons at random heights that are immune to your uncharged busters. That's going to be the source of our ethical problem later on. Here we've got our balloon slapper. It'll knock you in a direction based on where you're standing up on top. Shoutouts to the rock wall in the background. And we've got our bouncing enemies. They recoil based on where they're hit with the buster shot. And you can see how far they bounce, so care and planning is needed in some sections. This room, unfortunately, about 3 out of 4 of our runs will die to RNG because of that Bunby Balloon up above. We'll cross our fingers and hope for the best. Gonna get on down to kind of wait for things to get into position. Wait for you to go up high. Oh yeah, I can definitely work with that one. And I'm gonna spawn that Bunby Balloon up above. I'm gonna wait for it to go left. Should be good now. Hopefully we can kick slide underneath it. It's always a little nerve-wracking. You have to hold A on that orange bounce ball. Don't ask how I know that. And you know what? I'm not gonna fight you guys. Bye-bye. This room's always tense because it's difficult to aim while bouncing in a rhythm. Good, I got it. Alright, we're through that room. A lot of people don't like this room, but I liken it to a Mario Maker auto level. Take out that auto cannon there. Aim my aim through. It is. I'm gonna go down to reset one last auto cannon, but time for Mario Maker. Whee! Alright, as long as you don't hold jump when on that bouncing balloon, that cannon will fire forward, but it won't hit you. And say hello to the mid-boss coming up after I do a little cheeky jump there. Frog Balloon. Its normal phase isn't bad, boop. But the ads it spawns always give me trouble. Focus on taking out the ads even if you have to go slow, and usually beat this guy in one cycle, but is it worth it? Well, because of that RNG, no. No, it is not. Alright, should be able to take this guy down. There we go. This room is a lot of waiting and planning for reasons that you'll see in just a moment. There we go, should be safe. Ooh, Wario, why you gotta be like that, brother? Everything in this room is all about getting past that auto cannon. Otherwise, it's just a lot of waiting and dodging our Warios. Auto cannon here, another Wario. Those Warios don't respawn fast, so we're in good hands there. You do have to go fast so you don't get knocked back by that balloon slapper. Hello, Eddie. I don't want to go through that last room again, so you get to live. We have an easy slapper section right here. Pew, 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 pew. Let's go. And here we go. Here we go. I like the extra challenge that they add with the bouncing enemies and the balloons here. It just asks that you learn the mechanic with the exercise balls. Still a little tense, though, after everything we've been through. Alright. Unfortunately, this is the room where I have to use Rush Coil or destroy the Bunby Balloon up above. Yeah, sad face. I chose to spare the Bunby Balloon this time. There he is, a little tense, but I should be okay. There we go. Here we have the real fight with Frog Balloon. And oh boy. I want to be very careful with my shots. I am more focused on taking out the ads than taking out the boss. Phew. I'm gonna try to be a little cheeky here. Nope. Why can't I hit it this time? There we go. I get to be a little cheeky. You do have to stand at the far side of this one or you'll just get knocked into the pit. And if we get through these last few rooms, then we're clear. Have to be a little cautious with this cannon's shots. Mamma mia. Okay. Hello again, Wario.
What? I'm gonna win.
Alright. Theoretically, you know what? I'm taking out that lyric. As you can see, we're already at 6 minutes with the time limit here. Alright. Theoretically, we should be in the clear. As long as my A button doesn't get eaten. Hello, Bunby Balloon. Alright. Phew. Go fast here. A couple more Trambombelines. And dodging some metal balloons. Hold right, hold left. And one final guy here. Alright. We are at the boss himself, Bounce Man. Yeah, you'll see what I have to do for him.
Oh boy, a new playmate.
Hello, Bounce Man.
I bet you can't bounce like this. Punch.
Big weight jump. He'll try to ground pound me. And now we're in a loop. I feel really guilty fighting him this way. I want to stay in this corner because it manipulates him to be in the same pattern every single time. There's actually an attack we won't see him do because I'm standing here. Yeah, we are completely safe from his speed here because of this. He also has a hook shot grapple attack, but I don't know why he doesn't do this. And Bounce Man is down. Thank goodness. Oh. That stage was difficult with the RNG room with that Bunby Balloon. That bouncing gauntlet with all the Bunby Balloons, the Warios, and that shield attacker. And then the second fight with the mid-boss. I'm glad we got through it. If I were to do a single segment run of this, Bounce Man's definitely my first stage to pick. But yeah, hard mode isn't too different. You just have to dodge the first speed gear attack, and it's much the same thing as you'll see later on. But let's head on into the gallery and see what we have to say about Bounce Man. Bounce Man was developed as a crash test robot, but his incredible stretching and bouncing abilities led him to become an instructor at the indoor athletics facility, Boing Boing Park. Innocent and optimistic, he can't help bouncing around in joy no matter the situation. He tends to accidentally bounce into people and send them flying, making himself a bit of a nuisance. His fitness lessons at Boing Boing Park are a new style of exercise that he calls hopsercise. It's like boxing, but on trampoline. It's surprisingly popular with middle-aged women. His funny looks and big round body are a hit with kids, making Bounce Man a household name. Manufacturer, Joint R&D, Rebound Rubber, and Momo's Robot Farm. Alright, I'm excited to say, dang, I got through the initial 8 and the 2 Gear Fortress stages. The only thing left to do would be Wily himself, and maybe a run-through of the 8 Robot Masters themselves. But that's a story for another day. Let's get into that hard mode fight, and maybe we'll see each other later. Ciao!